Hello and welcome to Wildcat Chat. I'm your host, Chris Campbell. This week's show will consist of 3 segments. The first segment will be a sit-down interview with head football coach Mike Grossner. The second segment will be a feature by Alex Dingman and Matt Quant about the Baker tennis team and their expectations for this year. Finally, we will have a one-on-one conversation with PJ Matulka from the golf team and see his outlook on what he thinks the golf team is going to do this year. I will turn it over now to Michael Cation, where he is with head coach Mike Grossner of the football team. Michael?
Thanks, Chris. Well, I'm here now with head coach of the Baker men's football team, Coach Mike Grossner. Coach, thanks a lot for joining us today.
Good to be back.
Well, I'm glad to have you back. All of us are. Coach, let's talk a little bit before we get into kind of the off-season, that kind of thing. Let's talk a little bit about this past season. You went 4-6. What are your overall thoughts about it?
Well, we've talked about it in the fall. We started off real well. We were real strong. We were healthy. And I think that was a key early in the season. We played well, beat 2 tough teams, got 2-1 record, and felt pretty good. And then the injuries started, and we had to play a lot of young guys and went through about a 4-week period where we were getting to know each other again. And then towards the end of the year, I thought we had some nice wins, especially ending the season against Lindenwood and beating them at home after being down 10-0 at halftime. I really thought our team played well that game and showed all aspects, special teams, defense, offense. We all came together and played as well as we could, and it showed on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And let's talk a little bit about the off-season. You've been in the off-season here for quite a few months now. And what's kind of a schedule that you look like, and what do you look to really accomplish during the off-season?
In the past here, we've had a smaller squad in the spring, so haven't been able to do as much with them. And I made it a goal this year with our staff and players that we're going to work them as hard as they'll work. And in my, I don't know how many years of coaching college football, well over 10, I've never worked a team harder. And the reason we're doing that is I feel we're ready. We're a little bit older. Our veterans are juniors. We have 8 seniors to lead us, plus we brought 2 in at semester. And we're working their tails off. I mean, the kids will tell you, they probably don't like it. They probably don't like us as a staff right now, but they're getting better. Yeah. And I think it'll get us over the top. In fact, I know it will. I think that's the thing we've needed, that edge to finish games, to be mentally tough, to play as a group, knowing that we worked our tails off as a group and got better together. And we're Monday through Friday. We're Monday, Wednesday, Friday lifting, Monday, Friday running after lifting. And then we're Tuesday, Thursday running. And when I say running, we're doing it for a purpose. It's not just out there running around the block or doing miles. It's we're building a base on Mondays and Thursdays with a certain type of running, and then Tuesdays and Fridays we're doing a different type of running, as well as stadiums. And in the end, you can see it already. Guys that were really dragging the first week are starting to come along. Guys that were in pretty good shape are really getting there. Yeah. So, and along with our lifting's a pretty heavy program. And this 5th week of our cycle right now, we're starting to see the gains. So now we're just going to put the pads on in April, play a game in May, and then it's the summertime. We got 3 months to get ready for the first game.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you're putting in a lot of hard work, so hopefully that'll show in the fall. Talk to me about the recruiting class. You brought in a big class of 40. You only lost 11 seniors, so you replaced those players hopefully and brought in a few more. Talk to me about some of the players that will create an impact, and then maybe some of the local players as well.
We brought in a bigger class than anticipated. You said the number 11. Usually that's who we just bring in 11 more, but we felt like we had some needs. So we brought in 5 transfers that semester, and they're here now. We felt like we needed to boost up our receiving crew, maybe bring some older blood into it. We've got a lot of good young receivers, but last year we didn't have that big-time go-to guy that would get the catch every time, and we felt like we needed one. And so we brought in Tyrell Spain from the University of Nebraska. He was a starter at Nebraska last year. In 2004, he was one of the most sought-after recruits in the country and signed with Nebraska. He got moved to defensive back there for injury reasons on their team. He played it, started for him, and then he gave me a call after the season and said, "Coach, I want to play receiver. I got 1 year left. I want to make a name for myself and maybe move on, or at least finish in style and catch some balls. So we said, we'd love to have you. He's a 6'3", 210-pound kid that's going to be exciting. Along with him, we brought in Marcus Nolan, who played against us in 05 at Graceland and caught some good balls against us. And he had to sit a year, but he's cousins at Tyrell. So there's a 6'4", 220-pound kid on the other side to mix in with James Hensley, Brad Fawcett, Cody Conover, Mark Cabani, Brett Woods, go down the list. We've got quite a crew now. So our 2 quarterbacks plus young Foltz is real happy to see those guys out there to throw the ball, and that's going to help our run game. It'll just open that up when we spread people out and run the ball. So Richie Bryant and our other tailbacks are real happy about that. Up front, we didn't feel like we need to bring much in. We've got everybody back. So we brought in Matt Kinsman that semester. He's a guy that played at Highland JUCO, played center and guard, and played DN for him. Very athletic. If you watch him running with us, he's our fastest lineman. He's going to be that guy to fill in the interior, at center or guard. So we feel comfortable with him coming in. Then we brought in a free safety. We felt we had lost a couple safety seniors last year. We got some younger guys coming up, but I don't know if they're quite ready. So we had to bring in an older safety. Herb Askew's a guy that played at Glendale Community College, won a national championship. That's the old school that I coached at. And we felt like he could come in and quarterback our defensive side of the ball. So those were the impact guys. And then we brought in 35 freshmen to be. And amongst those 35, there's some great local players, and then we're going to end up signing 8 to 10 guys from Florida. And then we hit the San Diego area again, which has been real nice to us. But we've got some good players out of Missouri. We've got Kyle Weinmaster just up the road at Free State High School, was an all-state guy, Shrine Bowl guy. He's going to play next to Philip, his brother, hopefully, as a freshman. And 2 Tonganoxie young men, a young man, Zeb Kessinger, a big tight end for us that's going to fill out and be a good player. Justin McDaniels, a defensive end, tight end / offensive tackle that's a good football player. We got a young man, A.J. Fruits, that broke records at Gardner Edgerton, rushing records, so he signed with us. Jacob Miller, a lineman over there, signed with us. So I feel like we're hitting this area real good and getting the best players out of this area. And then our coaches have done a great job up in Kansas City, down in Arkansas, and over in Missouri. And this class, I thought it'd be hard to beat the last 2. This class is real strong.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You've got a lot of players coming in, and a lot of returners as well, only losing those 11 seniors, and still going to be kind of a younger team with only 8 seniors, but a lot of talent, sounds like. And talk to me, one more question. Talk to me a little bit about what you want to achieve during the fall season. What's your overall goal for you and just for your team in general?
Yeah, we've got 76 guys working out right now, and we're bringing in probably another 40. But we feel like the core of our team is here, those 76. We feel like we're ready to get over the top. 7 out of our 10 games last year came down to the last 3 minutes. We won 4 of them. We need to win those other 3. We need to get to the playoffs. I think it's going to be 8 wins, and we're in the playoffs, whether we win the league or not. We need to get there, and then it's wide open. I truly believe the national champion will come out of our league in the next 2 years. Missouri Valley very easily could have won it. They got to the semifinal, had that game in hand, allowed a late score, then went down and scored and got a call back. And the next week, Sioux Falls, the team they had beat, went and whipped the guy in the championship and won a national title. So that's how close the winner of our league is. And, every week's a battle. Every week somebody's going to knock off somebody. It's just survive our league, get to the playoffs, and then you've got a chance at the national championship. You've got to stay healthy. That's a key to the season. Is this off-season work is going to let us and allow us to get through an 11-game schedule and then get to the playoffs, and that's our goal. Yeah. We're about national championships. That's what we talk about, and that's what we got to believe. It's not, hey, let's win a game. Hey, we got to beat. No, we got to beat them all and get there, and let's go play for it.
All right. Well, Coach, hopefully you get one of those in the next few years, and good luck in the fall. We appreciate you
Thank you. Appreciate it.
By. Well, that's Coach Grossner, and I'll send it right back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Michael.